Okay, I'm going to do a little recap right now. We delivered sanctions. We haven't listened to anything Putin said. Right before he said what he was going to do, which he was going to say that these recognize the independence of these states. Then he ended his talking, the speech part of it, by basically saying, if you don't listen to me, the bloodshed that's coming is not going to be on my hands. And then he signed them in to Russian law, or whatever you want to consider it. He said that we're going to do the sanctions anyways. So basically, he has no motivation to not go after whatever he has prepared to accomplish. Okay? What that means is, even though he's saying he's open to diplomatic whatever, the only diplomatic solution he's open to is NATO changing its open door policy. If I were Putin and I had been building up and modernizing my military, knowing that the whole world is surrounding me and coming against me, knowing that there are people in my country who want me to take our country, our constitutional borders back. Imagine if this was America, okay, and Mexico, Canada, China, anywhere it started surrounding us, and California became part of Mexico, and Washington became part of Canada, and Oregon became part of China or Japan or something, you know. Or the closest person moved in, and we lost territory, and it became other parts. And then, as if I was president, the people say, we want our land back. So we build up our forces to prepare ourselves to invade, to get our land back. Now, if I had just spent $11 billion in a pipeline, and I was going to go get my land back, and then people decided that they weren't going to do the deal with me, for instance, you know, they've said this was a private deal. Now I've made this private deal with Germany, spent $11 billion to whatever it is. And now, because I'm going to go according to my constitutional borders, people are going to say I can't use my $11 billion pipeline. I'm probably going to take my land and work my way all the way over to that pipeline. And I'm going to control everything in between. And if I was Putin in the age of nuclear war, when people don't want to die, and people don't want to spend money on wars, I mean, there are people who profit from it. They want this to happen. I would do exactly what he's doing. Tell the world what you're going to do. And then do it. And then everything that they put against me, I would make them pay for it. For instance, by taking the other end of the pipeline. Invading whatever part of Germany. And wherever I got to go through to get there. To get my pipeline operational so I can move oil. He's not going to stop. He has no motivation to stop. And until the West, the UN, NATO, Biden, somebody, collectively, unified together or alone, gives Putin a reason to take his goal that he has set forth to achieve, that he has prepared to achieve, that he is now fully prepared to invade. You have to make it more profitable. Not money-wise necessarily. See, he's going after legacy. He's going after something money cannot buy. Honestly, the only thing that will buy it is blood. Or a pen conceding to what he wants. So, that's my little summary for now. But from all the different news sources that I watch, and I'm trying to watch as many as I can from the normal American news to British news to news channels that are in Russia and Ukraine and all around it. People need to prepare for whatever it means for America to become a part of World War III. Because unless we are willing to take a drone strike and literally assassinate Putin, or attack him preemptively and cripple his military, he's not going to stop. And I would say that at the end of this, if people are really pissing him off enough, forgive my language, that he'll just hold his finger over the nuclear button and say, oh yeah, I've got my pipeline and I've taken all these countries and they're mine, and I'll stop here. And if you want to fight with me about what I've done and the deals I made to build this pipeline and the constitutional rights that I have, or that he thinks he has, as his sovereignty, we're talking about protecting sovereignty. He feels his sovereignty has been violated in the past, and he's been building up to take it back. It doesn't matter what the rest of the world desires or sees. He's lockstep going like a flint. So I would fully expect, unless something drastic happens to Putin himself or his military, that he has no motivation to stop. And if he doesn't, I cannot see this ending any other way other than World War III. I wish I lived by good spring water right now.